Hello travelers, I'm Timothy French. We're in the town of Nags Head, North Carolina to continue on a quest to visit every town center in the state. So let's get started right here at our municipal complex, which I'm assuming is the town center for Nags Head. That's it right up there. You can see a row of beautiful houses going down through there and some on the other side as well at Sea Point there. There's a town hall beach access area right there, and I guess you can park right here because I saw a girl get out with her chair and walk over there. We parked over here right here in the parking lot, and we're going to jump in it like we've just did for Kill Devil Hills and ride and let you see the beachfront road and all. And then we're going to try to stop at Jeanette's Pier if it's not too crowded, but I have a feeling it might be. We'll see. Well, Rev, let's let these good folks see what Nags Head looks like along the beach here. Some of the houses they can rent and all. Yeah, if you look at the map, Nags Head is right across from Roanoke Island. Very popular area. One of the first places to get tourism on the Outer Banks. It's right here in Nags Head. There'll be a big hotel here. Oh, and it was popular too. But back then, it was mostly sand dunes out down through here. You didn't see all this brush at all. It's huge sand dunes, bigger than the one back here at Jockey's Ridge. Jockey Ridge is here in Nags Head as well. And we'll do a video on that, an attraction video at another time when we come back to ride the whole length of the Outer Banks. Today we're just doing the town center video and kind of riding along the beach road here to see all the houses and hopefully the pier. Yeah, there's a video out. I'm gonna pin it below in the comment section. The guy that curates the museum out there on Hatteras Island did a great job talking about early 1850s up into the 1900s tourism out here, and he talks about that big hotel being one of them. People come over here on the schooners, and then later on steamboats, and then some people even that didn't have a lot of money would come over on these sailing canoes that they made. Now, I think they're called, yeah, I can't remember. It's KN, Indian, something L or something like that. Y'all comment below. I knew I'd forget it. I want to say, oh, I'm not going to try. But anyway, they were supposedly dug out of logs and had sails, but not like a Native American dugout, is what he said. So maybe y'all history buffs can tell me more about those little boats they would sail. Some guys out of Elizabeth were in Nags Head and sailed back to Elizabeth on one of those. It took them 8 hours out there. That was amazing. But you can see all the houses here along both sides of the road. Yeah, people would come in here, and one hotel would give you a discount if you took an empty room and brought your own furniture. I thought that was hilarious. People was getting off them boats with the furniture to fill up the room they were in. They bring their horses and all kinds of stuff, wagons, and they go, like the little horse and buggies, and they'd take them out and ride on the beach like we do the four-wheelers today, I guess. Had ballrooms, big dances. Oh, it's big, it's big. And there was one dune that's one of the biggest dunes around. I think people would go up there and propose to their girls and all. He told a story about one night, I guess it was a bright moonlit night, guy went up the hill, and I guess people could see people on the top, and on the bottom they couldn't hear what he was saying, but obviously she had turned him down after he did that. She walked down alone, and then he walked down later with his head down. So I guess sometimes it don't work out for you, I guess. But in the long run, hopefully that old boy and the girl find him somebody to love. Yeah, the hotel finally burnt down. Then he built another one. All these wooden hotels burnt down. At one time I had one out on Ocracoke, get burnt down. Most of the time because of those lanterns. One of the lanterns, there's the fat boys right there. One of the lanterns blew up in one of them, and then one of them was set too high to the ceiling and caught it on fire. But I think that was on Ocracoke, and is this the pier right here? Oh, it is. Let me try to get in there. Hold on. Jeanette's Pier. I'm going in. Let's see if we can find a spot. I hope so. I'm pretty big for these little tight spots. But there's a guy at the camper over here. He got in. Maybe I can do that. Let me turn this off while I find a parking space. Well, I found me a parking spot across the road in this little park they got here, so that was cool. I couldn't back up. They had spots over there in Jeanette's Pier, but I couldn't get over the curb because of the sand and all. So let's jump over there and check it out. This is called Wellbone Park, by the way. I believe there was an old gas station here at one time. I saw an old picture. I hope they got one up here at the pier. They got the tourist helicopters flying overhead today. There's a pier straight across. Man, I smell some good fish over here. Sam and Omies, is that what this is? Anyway, I think that's where it's coming from. Because the place on the right is Doomburger. Somebody's got some smelly, not smelly, good smelling fish. I will tell you, we was down in Calabash before Memorial Day weekend. We went into a little kind of hole in the wall there in Calabash, right in the water there. 5 stars all the way. When I got there and ate that food, that was terrible. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, we're in the Outer Banks today, and we're gonna jump across here and go see the pier. And I was telling you about the early tourism to Nags Head. They had that hotel. Well, back in the day, they built the hotel on the south side. There wasn't nothing on the beach side. Everybody wanted on the other side, I guess, for safety. But people still wanted to come to the beach. And I think I said it earlier. It was all big sand dunes now. There's no sand dunes now. But they had to cross these sand dunes. And they were just rolling sand dunes, kind of like Jockey Ridge, but even bigger. And they had laid in planks at first. People could walk the planks over here, and then they finally got a track and I guess a horse or an oxen maybe pulled it to get people over here to the beach. And they had a good time out there apparently, because eventually they got a license to sell alcohol. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. And then of course that big old pier they had coming in with those steamers and all, and they'd get off there at the hotel, and that was the big center of things back then. But now, you know, there's shops and things stretched out the whole length down through here between all these little towns. And it's kind of like little areas that have one center area where everybody goes instead of spread out. And the cars caused a lot of that, I guess. So they got a changing room right there. And another thing to tell you, run from water, hide from wind. So anyway. Let's go on out. They got gift, drinks, snacks, bait, tackle, nice. Admission rates, walk on pass $2, day pass 14, 3 days 36, 780, and an annual pass for 800. Yeah, Outer Banks. Sand blows all the time. You can see it blowing down there now. For your safety, no pits, bikes, or firearms. Wind's blowing pretty good. Jet flying overhead. Yeah, this is a little famous pier here in Nags Head. Rebuilt in 2011 because it got knocked down. The old one got knocked down by a storm. I guess you can have them big old 12 by 12s down here, everybody out on the beach. You can see the Outer Banks sand is more like clay sand, like you'd make a sandbox out of, versus down in Grand Strand of Myrtle Beach is white sand. I like the white sand better, but I like this too. Out there on the surfboards on. Guess I'll catch a little wave out there. There's old Rev way over there. Just give you a little look around. Let's see if we can find that picture. There's what it looked like. It all began back in the day. Check that out. There's that little pier. And there's a bigger one later on. I guess, I don't know if you stayed in them little buildings or not. We're talking about the steamers, the car garage sank in the surface near 7 Mile Post, but its deck remained above the water. Yeah, people will come out here to see these wrecks. This area's the graveyard of the Atlantic. A lot of ships would come down the coast close in the shore to catch that cool water going south. And it was dangerous though if you didn't know what you were doing. A lot of people ran aground, got caught in storms, big waves pushing in, all that. Jeanette's Pier is the first fishing pier to open in the Outer Banks. There's the old car, I guess after a storm. Ash Wednesday storm, Hurricane Donna, that was a big one. 1996, remodeled. in 2003, Hurricane Isabel. And they started it again. Can't stop Jeanette's Pier. There's them old cars, man. Can you believe when they first got a bridge over here, people started bringing them old cars in, driving all around, fishing, hunting. Look at them fish. Them kids having a great time. Got a shark there. Is that Jaws? There's a picture of them fishing. I don't see anything that whalebone. That's what I'm looking for. All kinds of information. They got an aquarium here in here too, I think. Just sculpture of a sea turtle. Entrance fee required if you go down there. So I guess we go in right here. Let's go in and check it out. So we're out on the pier now. It costs $2. Windy out here today. Sometimes you can see dolphins out here, I think. Tells you about them. It's a little cool day to be out here. I like those old binoculars things you can look through. That's pretty cool. Plane pulling one of them banners in this high wind, that's tough. There's some kids out there though. They swimming in it too. That wind is feeling cold to me, so they must be from Canada. But live here warm, just used to it. Let's walk out to the end. Welcome to Nags Head Beach. We got little signs on each side to tell you about the place. Like I said, this was a big tourist thing, early 1850s and on up. People would come by steamers all the way up from Virginia through those canals, through the Dismal Swamp and all that. And come on down here. Different steamers had different amenities. Some were nice and fancy, and some you just had to sleep between some other things they were hauling at the time. You had to bring your own lunch and things like that. And then of course people come up, when they got motorboats, they started coming over on their motorboats and all that. Of course those ones selling those sailing canoes, they were determined to get here, even though they didn't have a lot of money. And a lot of the reason that people came here was because of malaria. They didn't know what it was at the time, but they called it the chills or something like that. But on up around Edenton, and if you go, when we go back across from Roanoke Island, all this swampy land all up in there, and on inland there in the lowlands, be real swampy. And a lot of people were getting sick, and they didn't know what to do about it. They didn't know what it was back then, so they thought if they come out here to Outer Banks, breathe in this fresh air, they thought they were breathing in, it was caused by the air they were breathing in from the swamps, I guess. So they would come out here, and they were like the first tourists to come out here, really, from what I heard. In another pier down there, they would come out here and swim in the salt water, and that would be the cure, you know. I guess some of them got better and some of them didn't. They tried. There's some rigs and all people use, tools of the trade. Jennifer's Piers etiquette, some rules to go by. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. People didn't know about the sickness back in the day. So everybody's got their poles in the water. I guess we'll walk all the way out to the end of this thing, see what it's like. Hope y'all can hear me good. Some of them got wagons they pull their stuff in and everything. I was trying to see if I could remember some more information I got from that historical video. It's not jumping at me off the top of my head right now, but I know there's got to be some more. This is a cool pier, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you a little bit more here. Like, there's all kinds of information. I'm not going to stop. I know you don't want me to stop and read all that. This was talking about hurricanes, things like that. Look there's what it looked like when it got blown over. They said they got it built good now, so maybe it won't blow over again if it's concrete. Another storm's coming, but it'd be hard. It'd be hard. I think it'll hold. I think it'll hold. Well, let's keep going. We're going all the way to the end. Yeah, Nags Head, the first tourist town out here on the Outer Banks. Hatteras wasn't doing much back in the day. As things got growing, and most of the places you stayed were rentals and things like that. And I think one year, over 1,000 people showed up, and a lot of them had to come back because there wasn't no room. So some enterprising people from Washington come down and started developing this area, building hotels, rooms, and things like that out on Ocracoke. Then eventually Hatteras, you know, all up and down the Outer Banks. And now it is what it is today. No bottom fishing before 8 p.m. So we out here on it now. There's where to kill the fish, clean the fish, not kill the fish. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this walk, drive, and pier excursion here in Nags Head, North Carolina. If you did, I appreciate it. If you like, subscribe, and share. Y'all take care.